Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the parable of the 10 virgins. So let's begin by going over the story. In Matthew chapter 25, verses 1 to 13, Jesus Christ told a story about 10 virgins with 10 lambs who went out to meet the bridegroom. 5 of these virgins were wise, and they took extra oil with them, but 5 of them weren't, and they only brought for that present moment. Because the bridegroom delayed his coming, the virgins slept. But at midnight, a call was made for the virgins to meet the bridegroom. The 5 foolish virgins had no more oil. Their oil ran out, and so they asked the 5 wise ones to share some of the extra oil that they had. However, the 5 smart ones did not give the foolish ones their oil because they feared that there wouldn't be enough for all of them. So they advised the 5 foolish ones to go to where oil was sold and buy. They took the advice, they went to go buy, but while they were out buying it, the bridegroom came and told those 5 wise virgins that were there to come in. And they entered the marriage and the door was shut. The 5 foolish virgins arrived afterwards and they wanted the door to be opened to them. But it wasn't, because the Lord did not know who they were. Now, let's go through what the different characters and parts of this parable mean. The entire parable is trying to teach the end of hypocritical worship. The 10 virgins altogether represent those who were and are interested in doing the service of God. That is to say, engaging in Christianity in all forms, hymns, sermons, church traditions, everything that you see in Christianity. The 5 foolish virgins are the ones who did not set up their Christian faith on true doctrines and on the heart, but rather on customs and traditions that would only exist for a time. In the parable, it says that they took no oil with them. In real life, what that means is that there were many Christian churches and congregations that made Christianity all about cathedrals, ceremonies, clapping and singing, things on the outside. But they didn't invest in making Christianity about gaining knowledge, improving the heart, which are things on the inside. Jesus accused the Pharisees of doing exactly this, washing the outside of the cup instead of the inside, in Matthew chapter 23, verses 25 to 26. And in John chapter 6, verse 27, he advised us to not invest on the outside, but on the inside. He said, "Labor not for the meat which perisheth, but for that meat which endureth unto everlasting life, which the Son of Man shall give unto you. For him hath God the Father sealed." The 5 wise virgins were the people who took Christ's advice and kept Christianity to its main purpose, understanding who God is, who his son Jesus is, and their plans to rescue humanity in the last days. Now, eventually, midnight came. Midnight represents the last days, because just as midnight is, physically dark, the last days is when mainstream spirituality, that is the kind of Christianity and worship you see in the general society, that would gradually disappear due to the rise of secularity, which Jesus Christ called the abomination of desolation in Matthew chapter 24, verses 15 and 16. In those days, it physically meant the Romans coming in to the Holy Land, Jerusalem. But what it means now is secularity taking the place of spirituality. That is the way Christians used to feel about God. Now it is secularity. It is government taking that same position now in their hearts. And it was described as a spiritual famine in Amos chapter 8, verses 11 and 12. And it's giving way to ignorance and a lack of knowledge of God. The 5 foolish virgins in our time are seeing their form of Christianity, that outward tradition and custom kind of Christianity, start to fade out as science and technology have become more interesting and convincing to many than just clapping and singing in cathedrals. Their form of Christianity was not based on actual biblical knowledge, but on customs and traditions, which are now losing relevance. But the 5 wise virgins are those who are in our time watching these events and are using the scriptures to decode them and to find out how they should live within these events, so that even as the world becomes more secular, they can retain their own faith and their spirituality. Jesus Christ said that we should watch and pray for that purpose, so that as mainstream spirituality continues to be on the decline, our own spirituality can still be stable, because it is strengthened by the fulfilling of the signs of the times, according to Luke chapter 21, verse 36. That is to say, as you see the UN growing, or you see the UN trying to push for evolution to be believed by everybody, and for people to leave spirituality, you are not following them. No, you understand why it's happening, and you're pulling back. You're running away, right? As Jesus Christ said, flee to the mountains. You're not joining the bandwagon, according to that Matthew chapter 24, verses 15 and 16, and Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 50. And then the part about the door being shut is mainstream spirituality losing its public appeal. As it continues to fade out in our time, those who built their Christianity on physical cathedrals and traditions rather than on true love for it are seeing their faith being destabilized, while those who developed their love for God within them, in their hearts, based on true knowledge, will see themselves remaining faithful till the very end for their own blessing and salvation, according to Matthew chapter 24, verses 12 and 13. So that is what the parable of the 10 virgins means. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate if you could click the like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.